Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of LTFC Weekly. If you guys do not know what LTFC Weekly is, basically I cover everything that's happened in the past week to do with Luton and the Championship. But before I get into the video guys, can we drop a like on this video? A like target of 80 likes for this video. And also if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so it would mean a lot to me if you guys can subscribe. So let's get on with the video. So on Monday it came out that Nathan Jones has returned back to Luton as a stronger person and a far better manager. I actually agree with that statement. At Stoke, he lost a lot of games and I think he learned how to deal with better players, how to deal with players who wouldn't adapt to systems, how to deal with losing. Because at Luton, he didn't lose many games throughout his time, throughout his 3 years in charge. Nathan Jones did not lose many games, but at Stoke he didn't win football matches. So I think that whole experience at Stoke has taught him so much being a manager. Now he's back at Luton. He's learned everything what he did at Stoke, and he's also learned everything he's done so far at Luton. And fingers crossed he does prove that he is a far better manager and can continue what he's already built on previously with Luton. Regards to Championship news, it came out that QPR are appalled by the decision by the Football League in the return date for football. Obviously the return date for Championship football to return is the 20th of June, and QPR believe that's too early to obviously come back to play football. The reason why they're probably saying that is because they're just not ready as a football club to come back for the 20th of June and they would like more time. Whereas with Luton, we've not complained about it, to be honest. I think the boys are going to be ready. I think the QPR players haven't been following their club's rules in terms of fitness routines and stuff like that. So then when they've come back, they've thought to themselves, actually, we're going to need another week. So that's the reason why I believe QPR saying that the return date is not good enough and it needs to be set back a little bit later. But that's what I believe in. Obviously, the people at QPR will say something different as they don't want to come out and say that the players are not fit. But deep down, I think that's the real issue. Other Championship news that came out on Monday, Charlton are in a bit of a problem. 3 players have refused to obviously come back and train. One of the 3 is Lyle Taylor, a key player for Charlton. Lyle Taylor has had a massive impact while being at Charlton, helping them last year with promotion to the Championship and obviously this season as well. And he loves scoring against Luton. And obviously Charlton fans are not very happy with the decision of Lyle Taylor not returning back to training. I can understand why he doesn't want to come back and play football. He's 30 years old, his contract runs out very soon, and if he gets one big injury, that could affect his whole career. He even came out and said that he believes he's got one last big move in him. He's 30 years old and he wants to obviously play as high as he can, and he can't do that if he gets a massive injury in these next run of fixtures. So I can understand why, but it's a very selfish point of view. I understand it from the fans' point of view and I understand it from the players' point of view as well. Overall, Charlton have got a few problems, as without their key players, how they're going to win football matches. And the last thing that came out on Monday was Sonny Bradley came out and said that Nathan Jones coming back to the club will be a positive move. And to be honest with you, I think it has. He knows majority of the players. I think it's easier to win football matches with players you already know and can play your style of football. Moving on to Tuesday, it came out that all the players at the club will be ready for the 20th of June. So unlike QPR, the Luton players and the club, everyone at the club will be ready for football by the 20th of June. They believe that the players will be fit enough to play and ready to fight to stay up in the Championship, which is fantastic news. And it also came out on Tuesday that Gary Sweet, the managing director at Luton, is trying to help all season ticket holders try and watch the remaining fixtures on the iFollow services. And it did come out this week that all season ticket holders will get to watch live games for free on the iFollow services for the rest of the 9 games that are left. Moving on to Wednesday, it came out that Sonny Bradley said that all the players were willing to take a wage cut during this pandemic. Now, I covered this I think last week or the week before, and it came out that the players haven't agreed a wage cut. None of the Luton players agreed it, but Sonny Bradley obviously came out and said that all the players wanted to take a wage cut. And obviously it has been confirmed that all players have taken a wage cut because of this pandemic. But what was really important for the players was to have a certain percentage of that wage cut. So they all needed to agree a certain wage percentage. And if they didn't all agree, then obviously they couldn't have a wage deduction. So all 30 odd players needed to agree at one percentage, which can be quite challenging. But it's also very nice to see that the players have taken a wage cut to help the football club. And obviously, us as fans, we were surprised to see Nathan Jones leave to go to Stoke, but so were the players. Sonny Bradley himself even said that he was very surprised to see Nathan Jones obviously leave to Stoke, and in the manner on how he left Stoke. And obviously, in the last 2 weeks, we've had interviews and podcasts by Nathan Jones that he is very sorry on the manner on how he left things to go to Stoke. And look, he's apologised. Everyone makes mistakes, and I'm willing to give him another chance. Whether or not you guys are going to give him a chance, that's your choice. But for me, I'm going to give Nathan Jones another opportunity to prove himself right as a football manager, and obviously to earn back my trust. In previous videos, I've spoken about out-of-contract players and whether or not they should play the remaining 9 games. And Sonny Bradley has came out on Wednesday and mentioned that he's very happy on how the out-of-contract players have dealt with things while being at the club, how they are committed, like in training and everything else. If any of you guys were interested, Nathan Jones on Wednesday did have a baby, and obviously he has still been working while looking after his newborn child at the same time, which is a lot of commitment as his family live up north near Stoke. So he's been travelling up north and obviously down south for his family and to work. So fair play to Nathan Jones for his commitment to doing both things, because that can be quite challenging. It also came out on Wednesday that Sonny Bradley was very surprised about the departure of Graham Jones. Sonny himself did an interview this week, and obviously a lot of information has come from that interview to the press, so that's why I'm able to tell you guys that Sonny Bradley said this and Nathan Jones said that, as they've both done interviews this week. So like I was saying, Sonny Bradley was very surprised to see Graham Jones leave the club, and to be fair, so were the fans. I don't think anyone thought we would actually get rid of Graham Jones during this pandemic. If we was going to get rid of him, it would have happened a lot earlier and maybe after the season. So a lot of people were very surprised to see Graham Jones leave the club. Moving on to Friday, it came out that Sonny Bradley would be very happy to see the Football League introduce like more subs and a bigger match day squad. And to be fair, I agree with this. If you look at Germany, like their games are not affected by more subs. In fact, I think it makes everyone more happy that you can make that extra sub, and not all teams are using all 5 subs either. So the games are still quite competitive, even though there are more players to pick from in your matchday squad and you can use more subs. So I think it's a positive decision by the Football League to make. Obviously, there'll be some people not happy with this, as you weren't allowed to make 5 subs before, but you can't please anyone. This season has been so the answer to it's probably weird, and it has been, so I'm not surprised to see any weird decisions get made in the future. But speaking about the 9 fixtures that are coming up, which we've got to play, Nathan Jones did come out and say that he would like the Football League to extend it a little bit. So he's happy with the start date. He's happy that it's the 20th of June. However, he would like to play the games a little bit spread it out, so then it gives the players more time to recover, and so they don't get injured, to be fair. And I think that is a good decision to make. Obviously, the league want to be done, I think it's by August, which is very difficult to squeeze 9 games in. But it's doable, but it may come at a price with players being injured quite a lot. And lastly, it came out today that former Hearts goalkeeper Andy Dibble said that Simeon Sluga would have benefited by not starting the first run of fixtures in the season. And I agree with that as well. I think Sluga should have watched how Shea was in goal and watched other championship goalkeepers as well and see how they perform in the championship, so then he can use that to adapt to his game. Because it's very different from a foreign goalkeeper to come from a different league to English football. It's very different, and it can be very challenging. And as we've seen this season, he found it very difficult. So I think he would have benefited a lot more by watching James Shea and other championship goalkeepers. So there you have it, guys. That is the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Comment down below, do you think the Football League should allow clubs to use 5 subs and to increase the matchday squad? Let me know down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like I said, guys, I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers, so it would mean a lot to me if you can subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow me across all my social media if you haven't done already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.